Okay, grab yourself a cup of hot chocolate or whatever. Maybe you want to put some little liqueur in it because, y'all, we got a lot to go through. A lot of stuff. So anyway, if you want to know what has been going on with me and you wanted all these complexion products that we're going to be talking about, better take you a sip and let's get on into it. Okay, guys, so we're ready to dive into this. If you want to know what this I have on my skin, I put on this whole new Trick or Treat collection by Glamlight. We did the blush, shadow, the whole lip kit is on my lips. We also have the little Sam mirror. Ooh, my lip liner is gonna fall off again. My Sam mirror. Yeah. So I mean, I did a short with this. It should be up here. So it should be actually up before this video. So if you guys want to go over and check it out, it's like hopefully it won't be more than a minute or so. So anyway, if you want to go over there and check it, it might be in 2 or 3 parts. I'm not real sure, but when I edit it, we'll find out. But anyway, this is what I have on my face. So yeah, a little bit of the new Wicked nail polish. We got the new Chanel Storyteller from Holiday, which is the only thing I got from Chanel Holiday, by the way. We didn't get anything from Chanel Holiday or Fall or Summer or, I mean, other than, I think there was another nail polish that I bought from them, but that's it. I didn't really buy anything from Chanel, not buy anything from Dior as far as like collections go. So we are going to be talking about complexion right now, guys. We got complexion, we got highlighters, we got bronzers, and we got a lot of product to go through. My skincare videos should already be up by now, so if you want to go over and check over that one is over an hour long. I think it's going to be probably, hopefully by the time I edit it, a lot of stuff in skincare, hair, and body. Things that I've been using, serums that I'm using, all that kind of good stuff. All of this down below will be categorized under my LTK shop. So everything that we're using will be in those for the most part, except for some of the indie brands, which Glamlight is an indie brand. But you guys, you can get this whole collection for like 70 bucks. So the shadow palette, everything is all together. We'll go over more of that when we get into lips and more into lips and stuff. I mean, this is what the blush is. Since we are talking about blush, this is what the blush looks like that I have on. I think this is like 12 bucks or 10 bucks now because they're doing a discount code. By the way, this is December 4th, so this will probably go up like either the 6th or the 7th or something like that. So anyway, they'll probably be doing some sales over there, so go over and Glamlight and check it out. But yeah, we're ready to dive into this. I'm so excited. We've got backdrop's been updated. Honey, we've been through 3 backdrops. So we went through summer, and I'm going to pop a picture up here real quick, and then I'll pop a picture up here of fall. You guys got to see a little bit of fall whenever I did the short that I did not too long ago with the palettes. That was a little bit short, but you can kind of see what it looked like. I'm telling you guys, ever since, because I've been gone since March. So it's been a long time. So I'm telling you, it kept me. I had flowers up every single week. I thought I was going to film. I kept those backdrops kept being more and more maintenance, and I never got to film. So finally, we're getting to film. It is now Christmas, but we're here. And I thank you so much for all you guys sticking around and hanging out and, following my community tabs, which I've been constant with that. I've been really good with community. So if you don't follow me on community because of work and everything, that's where I've been posting the most of, or some stuff on Instagram. So in stories and stuff like that too, you can check that out of there if you're on Instagram. If you're new to my channel, I'm so sorry that you're seeing this in a full length with all this stuff because I've been gone for a while. You can go back and see some of my past videos on some things that were current before March. These are all things that I've used in complexion since the end of March, or right when the Sephora sale happened, the first go round in spring. We're not counting what happened just recently in November, and they're getting ready to do another Sephora sale December 6th through it's the 6th through, the 15th, I believe, the 6th through the 15th. But anyway, I'm just looking at this look. I can't get over it. It's just so pretty in my skin. It looks so pretty on my skin. Anyway, it's all in that just short. So anyway, let's get into it because we got a lot to go through. So I've talked enough. So let's start with complexion first. So let's start. There's not too many primers. There's only like maybe four primers, and one of them is the same brand. It's just, you know, like so let's talk about this Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Unreal Skin Sheer Glow Tint. I have it in the shade medium 7. I absolutely love this stuff. I used it all summer long. It actually was one of the only things that I used all summer long. It's basically the Hollywood Falls filter in a stick. It stays on all day. It's great. It makes your skin look really beautiful. You can use it with makeup, under makeup, over top of makeup. You can do all kinds of stuff with this. It's very sheer, but it's really beautiful. Definitely recommend if you have not. It is great, but I do use this a lot sometimes underneath the foundation, and it works really great, but on days off or whatever, it's really good on its own. And then up next is the Chic Glam. This is the Chic Glam. It's the, what do they call it? The Glow Mixer. The Glow Mixer is what it's called. And if you guys haven't guessed, again, it looks exactly like the Hollywood Flawless filter. It is a dupe of it. I also had the e.l.f., which I really loved, but I just got rid of those. I threw those away. I got rid of a bunch of stuff while I was gone. So there was some stuff that I didn't need, or stuff that had gotten older, or some old Chanel. I got rid of all my Pat McGrath. I got rid of a lot of stuff. But those e.l.f. ones had gotten older. I picked these up. They're $10 a piece on the Chic Glam site. I have really fallen in love with this brand. It's so good, but it's just like the Flawless filter. It's exactly like it. I have it on now. I have it underneath this foundation. But look how pretty that is. That's the medium 4 cool. And then I get a lighter one to put up underneath my eyes, especially if I don't want to do concealer. It's just really great. And then the NYX is, also I have this on my face right now too. This is NYX Face Glue Primer. $5. I'm telling you, there is so much good stuff in here that's under like $5, $10 that it's just so good that you really don't have to go out and spend a fortune. There hasn't been a ton of primers out this year anyway, but I was really, really impressed with this one. It is really good. It does leave a beautiful tack on the skin. It's really nice. It's super thin. It gives your skin a really pretty glow. So if you haven't tried it out, it's fragrance free. It doesn't feel like glue. It says it does, but it looks like glue, and it comes out like glue, like Elmer's glue. But when you put it on, it just feels like a really sheer, pretty moisturizer. But then it leaves a little bit of a tack, so your makeup sticks to it, and it stays on all day. It does make your makeup look really good, as you can see. With this and this together, you can see underneath foundation how pretty this looks. And we're going to go through what foundation I have on my face. But it looks so good. By the way, what do you guys think? I've got a new chair. I don't have the squeaky one anymore. We also have I have a Hello Kitty mirror with an actual light to it now, so you can turn it off, and you turn it off and on. Turn it off and then turn it on. I have it to stand with it, so I light it up. So now I actually have a professional makeup mirror to look into. So we've done some little upgrades since I've been gone since March. The chair is new, that is new. There's a few things that are new. So I'm really excited about that. I just have not really, so it's really nice not have to set, because remember, I don't know if you guys remember or not, but I had this really super squeaky chair that drove me nuts, and it would always be like, every time I move around, and it was hard, and I loved it, but it was just driving me crazy. So we finally got us a professional swivel chair. I can go up and down on it. I can move around in it. It's really, really nice. So I'm actually really enjoying it. So yeah, I mean, I'm so excited about that, but I just had to throw that in there real quick while we were talking about some new stuff. Next, let me talk about something that I was not crazy about. I'm probably going to knock in this stuff because I've got stuff all over the place, but so this is the Anastasia, I think it's called the Skin Tint Beauty Balm or something like that. You guys, I did not like this. And I mean, I don't know why I didn't. The thing about it is, I don't know, it was something in it. I bought, this came out around the summer. And for some reason, it just it goes into the skin really pretty and looks great, but something about it broke me out. I don't know if it was the oils in or whatever, but I'm really dry anyway. But now I did use this during the summer, and I was a little bit more breaking out more because of the humidity. So maybe that had something to do with it. I don't know. But every time I used it, I just did not get a good feel out of it. Didn't really enjoy it. Didn't care for it. So anyway, this was a no. I mean, again, when you put it on, it's not bad at all, and it looks really good on the skin. It goes right into the skin. I just did not like this at all. Please let me know down below if you bought this or if you tried it. I just really just didn't find what the big deal was because a lot of people were using it and trying it, and I just didn't like this at all. This was definitely one I didn't like. And another one I was not crazy about was the Lisa Eldridge. This is Lisa, a Seamless Skin Enhancing Tint. And I love her foundation. It's really great, but this has got a little, you know, you shake it, it's got a little ball in it. It comes out very liquidy. I don't know if it was the color or what it was. It might have been the color. I don't know, but it goes into the skin okay enough, but it's just like black. Like, I didn't really see the big difference with it. I didn't get any compliments with it. I just felt like it was just for the, I think this is like $45 or something like that. It just was not worth the money. I would rather for you guys to get her foundation than this one. Even though this is sheer, you can sheer out the foundation too. I just really didn't see what the point of this one was. I got this in the shade T8. But I was really disappointed with this. In my skincare video, I had the spray too, which I was not impressed with that either. So I don't know, I just wasn't impressed with this at all. I just didn't care for it at all. And then up next in complexion, let's talk about Huda. So this is the Easy Blur. This is the Natural Airbrush Foundation. And I also have the Easy Blur Primer. I forgot about this one. I forgot that I had it. This is the Easy Blur Primer. So I forgot to mention it in primers earlier. So this one is really good. It does blur the skin out. Like if you've got a T-zone or whatever, or if you're not going to do much, or if you're oily, this would be really good for you. However, if you put it on underneath this foundation, it will make you look really mattified and you will look more airbrushed with it, but it feels a little tight on the skin for me. So I don't like to put it all over. I don't mind putting it down just the nose area, or if I'm not doing anything major, that I want my skin to be really hydrated, or if I'm feeling like it's gonna be kind of sweaty or kind of a hot day, this would be fine all over. But for the most part, I only use it just in T-zone, but it is good. It's just, I just think more combo oily people would get more use out of it. Now, the makeup has a 1.5 niacinamide in it. This is gorgeous. There's this one, and there's maybe 2 other ones that I really fell in love with that are like the top of the year for me. Of course, there were quite a few foundations that came out this year. I didn't buy every single one of them. I'm sorry, this shirt, it always gets on my nerves because it falls down to low. But I really did and really do enjoy this foundation. It's so beautiful. It gives the most beautiful medium coverage. It looks so skin-like on the skin. It looks really beautiful if you do like what I've done underneath. I don't have this on now, but it is really good. I've really enjoyed it this year. I've been using it quite a bit, and I do love it. I love it with the Charlotte Tilbury. They look really good together. But this is a really, really good foundation. If you are a little bit more on the drier side, make sure that you're just really hydrated. Because I think it does leave more of like that natural finish, but it's just really skin-like. It looks very pretty to me. And also it's not that expensive either. So it's really good. The other one that I have really thoroughly enjoyed is, let me see if I get the right one, because there's 2 that look similar. It's the Dior Forever. Now this is what I have on now. This is the Dior Forever, the Skin Perfect Foundation Stick. And you know, it has a little bit of a Dior smell to it. It's very creamy. It's very lightweight. But it gives a beautiful immediate medium coverage on the skin. It also leaves a really beautiful finish on the skin, so it leaves like a glow, but it's not overly glowy, but it's really super pretty. So even if you're combination oily, you would probably really like this, especially if you set it down with a powder and a setting spray, or use a really good mattifying primer like this one underneath it. It would look so pretty, but it stays on all day. It doesn't move. Even if you don't use powder, it does a really good job. I get so many compliments with this and this. I get a lot of compliments on it. It's super pretty. It is really good. Let me retouch on my lip gloss a little bit because I feel like we're getting a little dehydrated. My little nude lip. These Glam Light, they're so good. I love it. But anyway, okay, back to what we were talking about. So the other one is, let's talk about 2 more that I really enjoy. And I'm trying to find them, if I can find it real quick. let's see. So there are a few more of these that I really enjoy. So I've actually found some really good foundations I love this year. So the Dior and the Huda are definitely my favorite. All summer long, I have loved this Natasha Denona, the High Glam Powder Foundation. You guys, if you have not felt this foundation, it is so beautiful. If you ever go into Ulta or if you ever are, you know, if you want to just play with it to feel it, it feels so good on the skin. It's almost like cream, but it's a powder and it leaves a beautiful coverage. Great covering up zits. It really, if you want to just just spot check it, but it just leaves the most seamless, beautiful look on the skin. I use this all summer long. This and the Charlotte Tilbury is what I used most of the summer because it was so good. And it didn't really bother me because I was having some sensitivity issues over the summer. This didn't bother me at all. It comes with a really pretty, it comes with a little puff up underneath it. You can use it with a puff, a damp sponge. You can use it with a brush if you want to. But she does give a full out coverage. I mean, you can see the coverage immediately with it. But she stays on all day long. It's really, really good. It's very weightless. It's a really beautiful, you can also use this as a setting powder too. It's just going to give more coverage. But all in all, this is definitely out of probably everything this summer. This one really impressed me over the summer. I really enjoyed this so much. I just thought it was so good. It's also really good up underneath the Natasha, over top of the Natasha Denona Hygiene Glow Primer. So if you have that, it's really great. If you didn't know, I'm a Natasha Denona affiliate. I do, for some reason, you guys love shopping with my link, Natasha Denona. Even though I don't know why, but it's like, but I do have a lot of Natasha Denona. There was some things that were given to me. I have a lot of palettes to go through, and there's some more Natasha Denona in here, but I just love this. And still, of all the concealers ever, the Natasha Denona concealer is still my favorite out of all these, even concealers and stuff that came out this season. The Natasha Denona and the Huda, which I'm getting ready to show you, it's just my favorite. I just love it. But this is super, super awesome. While I'm on the subject of that, I'll just talk about it. So this is the Huda Beauty. This is the pink Cherry Blossom. The Cherry Blossom, I had the pink Parmello. I had it. And then these are the color correctors. And then this is the, what is it, 3.1B, Vanilla Swirl. So what I use is I use these by themselves. I love this concealer. It's so pretty. It's so brightening. The only thing I don't like is this. Look at that. Look how messy that is all the way around it. I hate it. And it leaks everywhere. That's the only thing I don't, and see, every time you open it, now look, when you close it, see, look, that comes around it. That is the only thing I do not like about Huda's concealers, is the component is just really gross. You have to wipe it off every single time. And I mean, and I love the formula, but I just hate the component. And if you travel with it, it'll go everywhere. So you have to be really careful with traveling with it. You'd have to put it in a plastic bag by itself because it'll just go everywhere. But yeah, I'm not a fan of that. And then also another concealer before we finish up foundation is the Tarte Creaseless. So they came out with, what was it, the creamy Creaseless or something like that. They have, oh my God, Tarte has like a gazillion concealers now. I just love the original. I don't like the newer one. The newer one is still, it's supposed to be, this is more dewy. The other one is still dries down, and for some reason it doesn't look good on the skin to me. I don't know. I just don't care for it anymore. I just still love the original. So I got another mini of it because my other one got a little older, but I do use this one just for brightening. But it is a really good concealer. But all in all, that's about all the concealers that I bought. I didn't get any more concealers this year. I used my Haus Labs. I used my Lancome Care and Glow every day. That one when I'm not using anything else. Natasha Denona. I love the Elizabeth Arden. This is the Elizabeth Arden Flawless Finish. And she's really, it's hard to find because Elizabeth Arden is becoming a little extinct. It's hard to find, and some of the colors are not always in stock, but online they are. But it's just a really beautiful skin-like finish. It reminds me a lot of this one, the Lancome Care and Glow. They're very similar. They're very sheer-like, but they have this really pretty glow. But if you just don't want a lot of coverage, they're really nice. But now, if you want the coverage, Natasha is still the one. Haus Labs is a good medium one, and the Huda is a really good medium one too. So just throwing those concealers out there. I think that's it for concealer. I don't think there's any more, but we've got more complexion to go through. So trust me, it's like I said, this is going to be a long one, guys. This is going to be at least minimal an hour. So I'm just saying. So another one, while we're on the first of Elizabeth Arden, Elizabeth Arden came out with a makeup called Ceramide Lift and Firm Makeup. It does not have an SPF in it. She's a cream souffle gel makeup. So it's very gel-like. It's not, it looks like it's going to be thick and rich, but it's not. It's very moussey. It's got a very moussey texture to it. So when you put it on the skin, it immediately goes into the skin. See, look, it can't even see it. There's not a scent to it, so there's no fragrance to it whatsoever, but it is just super beautiful. Look how pretty that is. It's just really, really pretty. It's very skin-like. It's a very natural foundation. It's not a very heavy one, but if you're someone that's a little bit, I keep turning up a lot. If you're very mature or if you don't like a lot of makeup and you want something very sheer-like, this one's actually a really pretty one to check out. She's not that expensive either. She's about 40 bucks, which is not bad for a department store. Again, it's just trying to find the brand and trying to find the color because they don't have all the colors in stock. So it's better to actually go online and get it, but it is a really nice makeup, and I will say it is really pretty. So which just this shirt, I swear, it just drives me crazy. I probably should have took it off and put something else on, but yeah, we just, you know, it is what it is where we are. So I'm still celebrating fall and we're already in holiday, and I just, you know, because I'm so behind. So anyway, it is what it is. So next up, let's talk about Patrick Ta. So this is the Patrick Ta foundation. She's the Major Skin Luxe Luminous Skin Perfecting Foundation. Really beautiful packaging. It is very luxurious. She's about $65, I believe. It's very skin-like, guys. It's supposed to be, it is a radiant foundation, but for some reason, it didn't look that radiant on me. It never does when I put it on. It still doesn't look as radiant as maybe the Dior or maybe even like the Huda, I feel like gives a little bit more glow than this one does. I just don't really feel like this one's worth the money. I think I prefer the duo, the one that he came up with, the cream and the powder and the compact. That one is beautiful, and it works beautiful on my skin. This one works on my skin, but I just don't think it gives this really beautiful glow. It evaporates into my skin, so by the end of the day, it doesn't last all day. It only lasts maybe 3 or 4 hours, and then it evaporates. So it just, in my skin, and then by the time I would take it off, you wouldn't even see anything coming off. So I would say no to this one. This is definitely kind of a letdown, kind of like the Anastasia. And do I have another one that I'm not gonna and yeah, there's like another one or two that I'm not crazy about, but yeah, it's just not worth the money. So I definitely wouldn't pick this up. I mean, it's beautiful as the bottle look, because it reminds me of an old YSL bottle. YSL's foundations used to come in a bottle looking like this. And they don't make them like this, looking like this anymore, but they used to. And that's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of an old YSL packaging. But other than the packaging and the luxe feel of it and everything, I mean, it's just not all that great. I still personally prefer the other one. But I mean, it's nice, but I just don't see the price point in that. Even if you get a discount, I just don't see that it's worth it. Because I have maybe 1 or 2 other Patrick Ta products in here, but there's none in here that, I mean, I just don't think it's really cracked out to be what it is. I've gotten rid of most of all my Patrick Ta stuff. I've got maybe 1 or 3 or 4 of the blushes. I got rid of the contour, all of the palette. I mean, I've got rid of quite a bit of Patrick Ta. So we do have 1 or 2 more things to talk about in here about Patrick Ta, but I'm just saying, it's just really, sometimes it's just not worth the money. 3 more foundations that I have here to talk about. So the other one is the Tier foundation. So this is off of Amazon, and Tier went through the roof this year because I think now they've got up to 50, 60 shades or whatever, but it's a cushion foundation. And you can see this one was my summer color. This one is 33 in Macchiato. I'm gonna just try to push it down a little bit because I haven't used her in a hot second. But that's about the color, so it's a little bit more golden. Really beautiful foundation. It's really pretty. I think these are like $15 or $20 on Amazon. They're not that expensive. They also have one, this is one for all skin types. There's one that's a matte and there's also one that's dewy. But this one is the one that went viral, and I like it. I like it. It's good. I mean, it does give a full out beat with it. You don't need a lot of it. A little bit goes a bit long way. Don't use a ton of it. So definitely please keep that in mind when you're using this foundation. A little bit goes on. It's all how you apply this. It doesn't work really good with a brush. You have to either use it with the sponge or the applicator that it comes with. You have to make sure you take off some of it in the lid so you don't get straight from it in your skin, because it can be a lot and it can get cakey. So just keep that in mind. But it's pretty. I mean, it's not really luminous. It's not very natural because it's a full coverage. But it's a pretty foundation, and for the price point, it's nice, and it does stay on all day, by the way. So it is water resistant, sweat resistant. It does stay on really good, whether you powder it or not. It stays on good. The next one is the Urban Decay. This one's Face Bond, and she came out, was it April maybe? I think she came out like in April, I believe. This is a good, it's supposed to be their long wear 24-hour kind of makeup. It's, you know, you have to shake it real good first before you use it. So you got to shake it up good. It's been a while since I've used this one. And it comes out like a little, you know, little squirt right through there. It just kind of comes out. It starts off kind of like medium to a thin, and then you can build up the coverage. It does look a little skin-like. It does stay on all day. It is a 24-hour. There's not a smell to it. It just kind of smells a little bit like a double wear kind of product, but there's no sunscreen in it. It does dry down. It is oil-free. It is supposed to be water-resistant, sweat-resistant, and I think it's waterproof, if I'm not mistaken. It's okay. It's okay. Like, I feel like if you wanted a very long wear kind of foundation, I would go with the Tarte Idole Ultra in Lancome or the Double Wear by Estee Lauder. I think it's just a little bit better. Because most people that want a long wear usually want more fuller coverage, or they, you know, I just think those look a little bit more skin-like. But this one can look skin-like. You put it on, but I don't know. I didn't get any compliments with this one. I would wear it, and I mean, I like it, but I don't like it enough to go bananas over it. I prefer the Urban Decay as the hydrating one. It comes in the tube. That's the one I really like by Urban Decay. It's really good, but this isn't bad. I did like the Quickie Concealer that came out not too long ago, and I really did like it, but this one, it's just okay. It's not my favorite. But so now we are up to, so far the Natasha Denona has been one of my favorites. The Dior has been one of my favorites. And the Huda Beauty has been one of my favorites. So far those four I would definitely recommend, hands down, if you're looking for something. But now we're going to talk about the surprise that surprised me over the summer. So this product came out and I didn't even think anything about it. And then later on, it had already come out, and you know, it kind of got it had gotten a little bit of reviews, and some people had reviewed it and somewhat or whatever, but it wasn't a really big deal. But I picked it up, and man, can I tell you, this foundation knocked my socks off. This is the Born in This Way Soft Matte Oil Control Foundation. Now, first of all, matte and oil control does not work well with me. I'm very dry, and I don't like a matte foundation, and I don't want my oil sucked up. But let me tell you guys, this foundation is gorgeous on the skin. If you prep your skin well and you use something like this underneath it, or maybe the Charlotte Tilbury, like a really hydrating primer underneath it, this sucker is gorgeous because it's 24-hour sweat and humidity resistant, 12-hour moisture, and it's non-creasing or cakey. And I would say that's very true. It comes in it's a pump, so you just pump it out. I'm going to try to pump a little bit on my hand there. So this one is shade Praline, and I love it. It's just very satin. It's a satin finish. It's really not a matte finish. So you can see it's still got a little bit of a glow to it. But man, let me tell you, it looks so good on all day, and it looks flawless on the skin, and you look really, really good with it on all day. It stays on wonderfully. I I can't speak enough good things about that foundation. So this was a surprise hit for me. So these 4 are the ones that I recommend the most. If you've not purchased any foundations over the year, or if you were looking to pick up a foundation but you're not really sure, they're all really good foundations. So these are ones that I definitely recommend. And while we're in that whole consumption of, well, let's talk a minute about setting spray. So there's 3, actually there was the Lisa Eldridge was one, but I'm not going to really count her as a setting spray. She's supposed to be kind of more of a skincare product. But the e.l.f. Power Grip Dewy Setting Spray, so she was the copy of the Milk setting spray. And then the face glue setting spray, I think it's the NYX's version of the Milk spray. And then I have another one I got to talk about in a minute. But these are good. They're good. This one I really, really like. This one's okay. I mean, but she $10. This one's like $6. So they're not a lot. They don't cost a lot. They're really nice. I would have to say out of both of these, I like the face glue better. This one I would pass on. I'll probably use it till I ran out of it, but then neither one of them have a smell to it. They don't have any fragrance, but they just are just really good. They're good setting sprays, but this one's my favorite. I just think this one does better. And now I want to tell you about the setting spray that knocked my socks off again this year. Let me pull up a chair and let me take another sip of cocoa, okay? Isn't it pretty? Christmas bugs are so pretty. Okay. This one threw me for a loop, okay? The L'Oreal Infallible 3-second setting mist. This is my 3rd one, and I have another backup of it. This little hoe, she makes everything stay on well. Now, it smells just like hairspray. It reminds me a lot of the Huda Beauty Boss setting spray that she had before Patrick Starr came out with his. And I actually have his too. And this one is a little similar to that one, but this one reminds me more of the Huda than that one. But she comes out, she's very like a strong, just like a hairspray. But let me tell you something, it will lock your makeup on. It will not come off. Now, I will say, if you're dry, please make sure that you hydrate well. Use a good hydrating primer. Use a good, everything hydrating. Because the alcohol in this, because I'm sure it's got alcohol in it, if I'm not mistaken. It's definitely inflammable. It will definitely, but it's supposed to be a 36-hour transfer on it. And I think these are like $10. The bottle is super little. It looks bigger on screen, but see, look at my hands. It's very little. It's not very big. So you only get like 1.76 ounce of product in it. So if you really love it, you'll have to get you a couple of them, but they're only $10, so you can pick up a couple. And you can get these on Amazon too, and sometimes you can get them on sale. But man, this is so impressive. L'Oreal has impressed me so much this year. I can't even tell you. I've gotten so many L'Oreal products this year that I'm so in love with. I just think they're fabulous. But this one is one of them, and it's so, so, so good. Okay, so I would say we're half through. We're only half through, y'all. And we're like, what my thing is saying, I think it's like 30-some minutes in. We got a lot to talk about, I'm telling you. It's like lots to chat about. So there's a lot more to go. So if you're sticking with me, just keep drinking your cocoa or your vodka or whatever you're drinking to keep you going. But yeah, so it's like we've got more to go. So anyway, let's go through powders. So I have 3 powders. One powder is a Huda Beauty. If you guys have not tried a Huda Beauty, this is in Cherry Blossom Cake. I had the little one. I ran out of the little one, and during the Sephora sale in March, I picked up another big one. So I just love it. It's my favorite setting powder of all time. It's just fabulous. It does everything. I have it on now. It's just gorgeous. I mean, if you've never tried this powder, it's absolutely divine. It's wonderful. The other one, let me wipe it off just a little bit because she's a little dirty. Let me see if I can get it though. look dirty. This is the Chanel, the Universal Natural Loose Powder. This is a really good loose powder. It's really pretty. I'm gonna put a little bit on my hand here so you guys can see a little bit. It's really pretty. I'm gonna try to get it on this hand. You can see it. It goes into the skin really nicely. It does leave a light, nice matte finish, but it's kind of skin-like. It's not super, it's not as heavy duty as the Huda. We'll just put it that way. It's a little bit more lighter than the Huda. So if you don't like a lot of powder, you just want a little powder just to mattify, but it does mattify. So it doesn't, but it doesn't make you matte where you look cakey or really dry. It's really beautiful, and it comes in this really huge container. I mean, and look how much is in that. That's going to take you forever to use. I really do like this powder, but I just don't feel like this one. It's this one, and the other one that I still really love, two that I really love too, that I love using, is the La Prairie Loose Powder and the Shiseido Future Solution Loose Powder, which is very hard to find. But if you find it, it is divine. It's really beautiful. It leaves a beautiful look on the skin. But these powders are no exception. They're really awesome. And then I ran out of the Charlotte Tilbury, the Flawless pressed powder, and I was looking for something to kind of take its place. So Too Faced again shocked me because when this came out, they came out with this to go with it. So this is the Born This Way Soft Blur, and I got this in medium. It is very similar to the Charlotte Tilbury, but it's really beautiful. It leaves a beautiful silky fit. It's beautiful under the eye area. It really, you just want to set your eye makeup with it. It's so gorgeous. I would do a shade lighter if you want something a little bit more brightening, but I just use it to kind of just set. But it just looks immaculate. Such an immaculate powder. Absolutely really beautiful. I can't remember how much this was. I want to say it was like $35 or something like that. But it's really, really good. So, I mean, these two just really, I'm sorry, I've got stuff all over today. These two really just do an amazing job together. It's really good. So, if you're looking for new powder or a new foundation, either one of these are good. I would check it out, or maybe get a sample of this. It's really, really good. Man, wow, we've got like, we're getting there. We've got some more stuff to go through. So, let's see. Let's talk about some bronzers first, okay? So this has been of the year, okay, and I mean, when I tell you it's been the year of bronzers and blushes and blushes and bronzers and bronzers and blushes. It's been like nonstop, especially with cream. I mean, cream. Everything's been cream. So I did not go into the hype. I didn't get everything that was all cream. I didn't want to try everything. I've got plenty of creams, but I did try a few of the bronzers, and I didn't go nuts with powder bronzer either because I didn't need one from every brand. I just got enough bronzers. And I'm going to be honest with you, the Yves Saint Laurent bronzer that came out, that is really beautiful and really pretty packaging. It's the same thing as the L'Oreal Infallible powder bronzer, which is one of my favorites of all time. And I still use that one. I use that one all over the summer, the L'Oreal one. It's so good. I did not pick up the YSL because I felt it, and immediately I was like, this is L'Oreal in a compact, which, because you didn't know, YSL was owned by L'Oreal, and L'Oreal owns one of the Lancome, it owns Armani, it owns a few of the ones that I'm going to talk about in just a minute. Which these are just a little different than I'm going to talk about, but the YSL is exactly like the Infallible, so you really don't need to go out and spend that money. You can just go get the L'Oreal Infallible bronzer. I promise you will not be unsatisfied with it at all. The pigment is beautiful. It blurs. It looks gorgeous. I would go for that one. But with that said, we're going to talk about powders first, and then I'll go into cream. So this is the Lancome. This is the État Idole Transforming Bronzer, and this is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Bronzing Powder. Now, if you guys didn't know, the Luminous Silk has a powder that I love to set the makeup with or whatever. So this is the bronzer. So she's big. She's in a big compact. Looks gorgeous. You can still see some of the emblem. I've used out some of it. Guys, I just didn't care for this much. It's pretty in a way, but I never reached for it. I play with it and I've used it, and then I use it, and then I'm like, really? I really just don't see what the big deal is. Thank God I got it on sale. So I got it on sale, so it wasn't so bad, but I don't know. It's just, this one just was not worth it to me. I just don't think that it's worth the price tag. As pretty as it looks and as beautiful as it, which is what I thought. The same thing with the blushes that they came out with, which was really pretty too. But to me, they weren't anything special. They felt just like the ones that YSL was getting ready to come out. I mean, they all feel very similar. They feel very similar to the L'Oreal Infallible Blush. So, I don't know. This was just a pass. I would not waste my money on this one. That one I wouldn't worth it. Now, the Lancome, however, and I know I do work for Lancome. If you guys didn't know, I work for Lancome full time. So I'm usually always working around with the brand or whatever. And I will say it. So this even me, and I'm a medium to a tan shade. This is medium. These shades run deep. They run really deep, and they are extremely pigmented. Extremely. They're very blurring. They're very blurring. It's a really beautiful bronzer. You only need a little bit of it, but it's the way it goes on the skin because it has vitamin C in it, it has pomegranate in it. It's just a really beautiful bronzer. It's different from this one. It's just different. It's more blurring. It looks more airbrushed on the skin. It's something about this one that's just different, and the colors are really good. They've got like 7 colors in this. To the deepest deep to the lightest of light. So definitely be careful and wary of the colors that you get. I know Lancome is doing like 50% off their site right now. A lot of their stuff is on sale right now, but it is a really beautiful bronzer. It's really pretty. If you're looking for a powder, it is really good. Drugstore again would be L'Oreal. If you were going to pick out a bronzer in the drugstore, the L'Oreal is just fabulous. I just can't rave about it enough. But this one is a really good one if you're looking for the department store. Again, I would pass on the YSL because, again, you just get the L'Oreal one. It's cheaper. And then this one is really pretty. And the compact is really beautiful. All of it is just, it's beautiful. It's very luxe. It looks really pretty, but it's just not, you don't have to go out and spend that kind of money. So this, let me talk about the most disappointing product in this family right now. This is the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Bronzing Serum. Yeah, you see what this looks like? That's what this looks like. I barely used this twice. Yeah, and it looks like that. And it looks like it's kind of like almost like dried out, kind of. I had to go back and change this like twice. Like, first of all, I got the shade. This is medium dark. So the first shade, the medium, just blended in my skin. I couldn't even see it. So I got medium dark. So I'm going to show it to you. And it's got a little doe foot on the end, or you can pump it. It's one or the other. Everybody was raving about, oh, it's so wonderful. It's so fabulous. Now, I love his bronzer in the compact. That one is really pretty. But this is what it looks like. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to blend it into my skin. Look at that. Like, you can barely see it. It blends so much into my skin, you don't even see it. You have to use a lot of it. And it looks like that. After a couple, it's been a couple months now, because I think this was April or May, I believe. And even if you shake it or whatever, it just doesn't do anything. It's just, I don't know. This is a flop. Again, I don't know why I bother with Makeup by Mario. I really wish I could like his product. His product is just not made for me. I've played with his powder. I've played with his stuff. I've looked at it, the palette, everything, and I just don't know why, guys. I just do not. His product doesn't work for me, and it makes me mad because it's so pretty. But I just don't know. I just don't care for it. It's just nothing about it I care for. And he sucked me in with this one. And I was stuck, really. I should have just returned it and just got my money back, period, and not bothered with it because I just didn't like it. But it just sucks. It's just not that great. By the way, they're doing some kind of something outside. I have my window cracked just a little bit. So if you hear something, that might be what it is. So they might, I think they're blowing or something out there. But anyway, so you might hear that for a hot second. So just to throw that out there. So now we're going to talk about 2 stick bronzers or contour or whatever you want to call them. So this is the Too Faced. This is the Chocolate Souffle. And so she is cute. This one's cute. She's really cute. She's got a cute look to her. It does smell just like chocolate. When I first got this, I wasn't crazy about it. And then after a while, I really liked it a lot. But yeah, this is a really good one. If you haven't tried it, I mean, a lot of people really love this over the summer. I really do like it. But again, when I first tried it, I didn't really think it was much. But the more I played with it, the more I did like it. But now I got to tell you, I wasn't going to plan on picking this one up. But I ended up picking it up. And this was just recently. This is the Dior Forever, the medium shade in their contour stick. And you guys, I've got it on right now. It is just... it's like chef's kiss. Like if you're gonna spend the money, just spend the money on this. It's just, don't mess with the others. I mean, because this is just, it just blends into the skin beautifully. And this is the medium. So you don't, I think there's like light, medium, and there's only like 4 shades, I believe. I don't think there's very many, but it's just really pretty. It's definitely, I mean, you know, because she's like $42. Again, this was with a discount. So I didn't have to worry about paying full price for it because I got this at one of the stores and I got like 40% off of it or something. It was the employee purchase. So anyway, yeah, but it's really good. It's really awesome to try. Both of these are really nice. They're just different. The coloring is a little bit different. This one's a little bit more on the gray side, more contour. This one's a little bit more bronzing, but you can use them for either or, but they're both really beautiful products. But definitely don't mess with this at all. I mean, anything makeup by Mario, I'm just kind of disappointed with. I really wish I could say why and why I don't like it, but no, it's definitely a no for me. Put on my little trick or treat. So now we're gonna get into blush. And again, there were so many blushes that were out there this year. But I'm gonna start off with, let's start off with the bad first, and then we'll go into the other. So this is something that I'm gonna say it, I'm going to confess, I'm going to say it out loud, and I'm just going to, and you guys are, so these Dior blushes, these here, this is the pink I got. Again, this is in gratis. I got this one in gratis. You can't really see it because of the lighting, but like, see, I got it in gratis. This is the newer version of it or whatever, and I have like 1 or 2 other ones of them. These suck. I don't like them. They get a film over them. They create a film. They're just not worth it. These are just not worth it. No, they're just not worth it to me. I just don't think these are not worth the $50, $45 I just feel like you can get the Dior blushes in the actual compact. They're a little better. I just don't think these are great. I would rather you get a Chanel blush or something a little bit better if you wanted something bougie and luxurious, but they are not worth it. So the hype of all of that with that blush, that's over for me. I don't really care for them much. I just don't like them. They get a hard pan really fast. I just don't like them. I really wish I could, but I just don't like them. Up next is this is the NARS. So again, I got this in gratis. One of the NARS reps gave me one. This is the Orgasm Edge. So she's a really dusty, pretty kind of again, it's all right. I mean, it's all right. The new versions of these blushes, they've taken out the talc. They're okay, but they're not all that. To me, I would prefer, I mean, it's a pretty blush. If you like NARS and you like NARS, I mean, it's okay. It's just not my top-notch favorite product of all time. I just don't think, there's so much better blushes out there that you can get for a lot less, and I think they just do better. But I mean, but it's okay. I mean, they're okay. Another thing that is just okay, and they're all right, is the Haas Labs. These are, what do they call the glossy? I got Glossy Petita. It's the Color Fused Glassy Blush Balm. I have Tangelo and I have the Piata. And they're like almost nothing. And because I got to tell you, so when you put them on, they look really pigmented, right? I'm getting ready to show you in a minute. Let's see. So you see, look how pretty. They look really pretty. They look like they're going to give a lot of pigment. They have a little bit of a glossy finish, but let me tell you, when you blend them down or you blend it, especially, God forbid, if you use a beauty blender, see, they just really, really blend down really light. To me, they almost go into the skin too much. And I know my hand, I wiped it so much, it's like it's not absorbed, but usually, and after about, I'd say maybe 10 minutes, they disappear. they just disappear completely. You can see, look how they're disappearing. My skin is sucking it up and they just disappear. If I leave this on here, it'll be gone by the time I'm finished talking to you guys, because it just does not, they just don't stay on good. They just don't. And to me, that's very disappointing for the price that they are. I mean, they are really pretty on the lips if you want to do a little bit on the lip. To me, I wouldn't bother. I wouldn't bother. I mean, they're just, I'm going to show you one or two other ones that's even prettier that I think is better. But I just don't, I mean, again, they were overhyped to me. I just don't see what the big deal was. So yeah, I would pass on those. I mean, you know, you can see, I'm kind of been like, usually I don't say anything bad about anything, but there's been a lot that I've been really disappointed with that I just think it's just overhyped and just, you know, they're not that great. So I will tell you, so this is the blush filter. This is the Huda Beauty blush filter, the Coco Loco. This is part of her Icy Nude collection. So she came out with these during the summer in colors, and then she came out with these. This one's a little bit more of a bronzy blush. These are beautiful. They're really pretty. They do leave a beautiful pigment, and they do stay on all day, but they do flush down to a really beautiful color. These are really nice, and she has some really pretty shades in these, and it smells so good. Something about it, I don't know what she got in it, but these are really nice. If you're looking for a cream blush, you want a natural finish that's gonna stay a little bit longer, this is better than this. I'm just gonna say. And this one actually dries down a little bit. These stay a little more glossy. These dry down more, so I would recommend these over the other. The other one is, this is another one, I'm trying to wipe off some of these because some of these are just got dirty. This is the Charlotte Tilbury, the Beautiful Island Glow Lip and Cheek. And I got this one in the shade Sun Blush Glow, and she is really beautiful. These are really pretty. I've tried these before in the other colors and wasn't crazy about them, but this one during the summer was just absolutely beautiful. It does leave a really pretty flush on the cheeks. It leaves a really beautiful, like almost stain, but it's got a little bit of a glow to it. I know there's a lot of people that don't really like these, but I really like them. I think they're great, and I think they're nice on the lip for a little bit of a lip tint too. I think it's really beautiful. I really enjoyed this blush. I think it's a really good blush. So cream blush wise, we're looking at this one and this one so far. They're like my top ones, and I'm getting ready to show you my other two favorites that I loved so much. Actually, and I've got one more. Well, actually, I've got some more blushes, but as cream goes, those are two of my favorites. So my top cream blush was again a surprise. I wasn't expecting to really fall in love with this because I'd never tried the brand much, but I tried one of their skincare products, and then I was like, well, I mean, you know, it'd be kind of cool to see what the makeup product is like. So this is the Rhode Beauty, and this is the, it's called the Pocket Blush, and it's super, super cute. They're adorable. I got this shade Juice Box, and this is what she looks like. She looks like that. She's a pink, and it just comes up like this. You can put it on your lips or your cheeks. It goes on really beautiful. This is a gorgeous blush. It is super, super pretty. The hype around these is real. It is real. It does a really beautiful job. It looks like a beautiful flush of color on the skin. If you're looking for a really good cream blush, this is the way to go. They stay all day. They're super natural. It's really, she's got some really pretty colors, and she's got some really pretty colors for dark skin too. So I would definitely recommend these over either Haas or any of those, or any of the I would just prefer this. This is my favorite one out of any of these. This one's my favorite one. Another surprise is also by L'Oreal too. So you guys, I'm telling you, L'Oreal is knocking it out of the freaking park. Out of the freaking park. These Lumi blushes, I have, this is the shade, it is Glowy Gold Pink, and this one is the shade Worth It Medium. Is it medium? Medium. So beautiful. These are just stunning. They are like almost a breed of a highlighter and a blush together, and they are just gorgeous. Look how pretty these are. They are so pretty, and you blend them out. They just look stunning on the skin. And then I'm gonna mix these together, and I'm gonna show you how pretty just even mixed together they look. Look how beautiful that is on the skin. It's just, these are gorgeous. And they're like 12 bucks, 11. I think even on Amazon, you can get them for like 10. I mean, they are worth it. If you're gonna go for a blush, L'Oreal has just got it going on. I don't know what it is, what's going on with it, but there's another product I want to show you. This is the Lumi Le Glace. It's new. The highlighter stick. It just came out about 2 weeks ago. This one is in Glassy Pink Ballet. I have it on my skin now. You guys, this sucker is super. Let me try to find a spot where you can see it. Look at that. So there's different ones. There's the highlighting one and there's the glass one. So there's two different kinds. This is the glass. So the glass makes your skin look wet and it makes it look like glass. Oh my God, it's so pretty. I got this for 10 bucks on Amazon. Really, really beautiful. It's got like I can't remember how many colors there are. There's like 7 or 8 colors. But just make sure if you're wanting the glassy one or the highlighter one, but these are so good and they look really beautiful with this. L'Oreal just got it going on. They really do. They look really beautiful. So I've got, another, I forgot to mention in the bronzer, when I was in the bronzer category, but it had the highlighter with it, is Natasha Denona had given me, I had gotten a gratis with them, and they let me pick out some product, and I went on and shopped them some product, and I picked up this little Bronze and Glow palette. The bronzer I have on now. I put it over top of the CREME, the Dior, and I love it. It's just such a good bronzer, and the highlighter is really nice too. They're really nice. You can build up the bronzer, but it's really beautiful. They're really creamy. I don't know if they make this one in a big one or not, but it's really good. I got it for like, I don't know, maybe 12 bucks or something like that. It was on sale. It's really good. They offered it to me and I took advantage of it, but I really like this. This one's really good. So it's a really nice bronzer. Speaking of Natasha Denona, another thing they sent me was, that I was able to pick out. Let me wipe it off a little bit because she's kind of dirty. This is the, part of the golden highlighter that she did with the bronze collection, and they have the highlighter. There's 3 different highlighters in here. There's a bronzy one, a sun glow, and more of a pearl finish. They're really beautiful. They're gel-like. They're really pretty. They look really nice on the skin. You can use them as shadow or a little shimmer or whatever. They're really nice. As you can see, I haven't went nuts with this one, but it's really pretty. I mean, they sent it to me again. It was in gratis, so I picked up one. They are really nice highlighters. They're really pretty. I prefer this one though over this one. I mean, but this one is really nice if you like Natasha's highlighters and you like really bronzy colors. Out of Natasha Denona, as far as highlighter go, is the Hyagen. This is the Hyagen. She came out with this Hyagen highlighter. It's like a infused skin beautifier is what it's called. This sucker is gorgeous. So if you put this on before you put the powder on, the powder underneath this, because Natasha takes this and puts it all over her face, and then she puts the powder over it. And it leaves the most beautiful glow. It is so pretty. And if you really want glowy skin and you put this all over, you are gonna glow. It is super, I'm trying to find a spot where you guys can see it. I've got like so much on it. But see how beautiful that is? It's so pretty. I got this one as the shade medium. And it's really pretty. It is really pretty. So a powder highlighter, I really like this one. Do I have any more powder highlighter? I've got one other powder highlighter, and this one has been definitely more my favorite. I've really enjoyed it. We have 4 more products to go, and we're almost done. Yay! And this has been a long one. It's been a long video, so yay, I'm excited. So let's talk about the Patrick Ta and Barbie collection. So I picked up this. It came with the lip gloss. So there's a lip gloss that it came with, and the lip gloss is really great. Believe it or not, I really do like it. We'll talk more about that when we go into lips. But this is the Barbie collection. Again, it's really, sorry, I got fingerprints all over it. She's like a hot mess, but that's what she looks like. And this is what it looks like on the inside. So it's a really hot pink, kind of a blush. It's got the little Barbie head on it, if you guys can see it. I don't know if you can see it or not. But she's very, very pigmented. She's very pink. And then it's got the cream blush on the top. So if you're a pink lover, you're going to love this. This is really pretty. It is really pretty. I haven't wore it a ton, but it is really pretty. We're going to play with this more, but it is a really beautiful compact. But it comes with the lip gloss. You have to buy it as a set. I don't know if it's still, sorry, my head's itching. I don't know if it's still available or not. I will have to let you guys know down below, but I'm not sure. Because, by the way, I'll put all of these down in LTK blocks. So there'll be lips, there'll be complexion, there'll be, everything will be in categories. So you'll have to go on to my LTK shop, because if I try to put every single one of these and categorize them in each separate thing for a link, it's going to take up my whole description box. So I can't do that, but I will put the links to these, because I've linked most of these on there. But this is it is a really pretty blush. Do I think it's worth the $66 for the kit? No. No. So again, just like the foundation and stuff and some of the other Patrick Ta stuff, it's pretty, but the name of the color is called She's a Barbie Doll. It is cute. It is cute because it's got the Barbie theme around it. It's cute, but I don't think it's really worth the $66. But again, I got this on sale, so it's not too bad, and I really do like it, and I don't have much of his blushes and stuff left. So, I got rid of so many, and I didn't have a color like this, so it is worth in my collection. And then last but not least, well, actually two more. So Sigma sent me the Little Mermaid collection. So I have the Little Mermaid, I have the palette, there was a blush, a highlighter, and there's a lip gloss set. So this is the highlighter. So this is the, the blush. This is the blush, and this is the highlighter. So they look like that. It has the little King Triton's castle, if you can see it. I don't know if you can see it. I've used it a little bit. And then this one it's got Eric and Ariel on the front of the blush. It's just a really pretty soft, you know, Sigma has beautiful formulas. Their formulas are really underrated. Now, this would not work on a dark skin, because she's, as you can see, she's kind of like a pale pink, kinda. She's not a super brighter pink. But now the highlighter is really beautiful. She is really pretty. She's got little prismatics in it. It's a little bit more on the pinky. If you guys can see it, let me try to do it here below. It's a little bit more on the pinky kind of side to it, but it's really pretty. It is a really pretty highlighter. I've got to play with these a lot, but they are really pretty, and it's in a little seashell. It's super cute. And then last but not least, we have the face gloss by Huda. So last year in the Pretty Grunge collection, you can see this has been loved. I've used it a lot. Is the Pretty Grunge blush gloss. She came out with this year the face gloss and the icy nude. You guys, it's the same thing. It's the same. So if you have this one, it's the same thing. So if you didn't use this one much, then you can tell that I really love this one. This one was they're not permanent, but these are just, I love them. They're so good. They're so good. They look really gooey and really gross looking because it's got like the thing that, but look, it's got a paint to it, and then when you put it on, it turns with your pH, and it leaves this really beautiful glossy glow on the skin. These are great. These are just great. I love them. I am so glad that I wasn't going to pick up this one because I already still had a little bit of this one left, but this one's almost empty. And this one, because that's how much to show you how much I loved it and how much I used it. So they're super good. So anyway, you guys, we are done. I'm finished. I'm not going to talk anymore. I've talked enough. I hope you guys liked this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, if you made it this long. I'm so glad to be back somewhat. Hopefully we can keep this trend going. I hope that everything will still remain the same, where I can sit down and film at least once a week. At least give you guys out a good video, once a week, maybe 2 a week. I think, sometimes, I think that's kind of enough sometimes. I feel like sometimes if every day of the week, I think it might drive you nuts. I wish I could do that, but I don't think I can go that far. But anyway, I will try to keep up shorts too of certain looks, so the looks won't take so long on a video or whatever. But we have more of these to go. We have eyeshadows to go through, which I've not even done yet. We have certain eye products that I have. And then we have lipsticks galore and lip liners and lip glosses. I mean, tons and tons and tons that I've got that we've not got to use yet. So we got a lot to go through. There's a lot more to talk about. We've got Will I Buy It to go through. I mean, we got a lot of stuff to talk about, guys. So anyway, I love you. Thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. Hope you didn't have to drink too much of your hot chocolate or your vodka. If you did, then you're nice and drunk by the time you're in this video. Please be safe, be strong, be proud, stand tall, love yourself. Remember to tell somebody that you love them today because life is way too short. And with that said, guys, I love you, love you, love you, love you. Peace out. Make sure to join my community page if you've not. The thumbs up, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I love you, and we will see you again soon. Bye.